guys, just doing some work. I've been lucky to be here working on armors for a while, so yeah, just do it. Throw it up there. Thank you, Jerry. Gotta squeeze it, you know. Let me just angle that light a little bit over here. How's that? I would. I don't lift as much as I probably should. And I can't lift because my arm will fall off. So this part I don't have to get them scorching hot, I'm just getting it hot enough to where I can flex it around. Takes a while doing hundreds of these. Seriously, the past few days I have done hundreds and hundreds of little squares over and over again. These are all bevel. So what's new? Not much, just doing a bunch of armors here. This does not have a cooldown mode, which I don't dig it. So I put in front of my little fan here. Blow into it, let it cool down those coils. It's important to get those coils cold afterwards, because it strengthens the metal. Especially when you first get one of these. Okay. So now I got all these. These are curved and heat formed on the exterior here. Now they're ready to get glue. I think I'm going to glue on this guy. I think a little bit later I will be prepping this for its mold. See, it's super shiny. This is a ton of work to get this done. Of course, this isn't finished. Once this is demolded and washed thoroughly, this is going to go black. This There's going to be some gold interlaid inside here. This is going to be gold inside right here. Black, black, gold with a crest that clicks on. Some air ducts and stuff. These are going to be, you notice it's like Boba Fett. Of course I'm going to put a little bit of a Boba Fett color scheme, two-tone inside here going into black, some Celtic design going across here all the way to the other side. Very reflective. You won't get that from a rattle can. Nope. That's why I keep seeing TIE Fighter pilots. I'm like, why don't they use clear? I mean, honestly, the most award-winning car we've ever, like, me and my father worked on it was that 68 Firebird, and we did a base black, and we put a clear coat over top of that. And that's how you get something slick. Now, if I wanted to, I could wet sand this, like black sand it, slick it out, and then go over and buff it. You know, I got some fingerprints on there, but this is very hard. It's very, very durable too. You can take some, you know, dings and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of paint going on inside here. And then we're going to, after the molding's finished, we're going to cast a few and start doing some battle damage for them as well. So, now I got to glue. I'm looking forward to that. Of course, we have, we got the Oxman here. Got the horns. But of course, we're gonna have Andre with his big beard going on right here. Oh. I love looking through it because my vision's kind of like, it looks a little bit like this looking through it, you know, just circle within circle. Oh, the Oxman. You know, it'd be really sweet if later on in Super they would bring the Oxman back. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Space Marine armor? What kind of Space Marine? Because I know a few types of Space Marines. Like aliens, colonial marines, Warhammer. Gooey. I have some pretty large projects. Some of my projects, like my Exo Squad, it's in design in 3D. Once the Exos, but I can't really execute that until I get to the new studio, Warhammer. Yeah, my good friend Robert really wants to do a Space Marine armor. By all means, I'm going to be getting into that, but I got to get to the new studio. Right now, I'm just held back to just do armors in this studio. I can't really weld or anything cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get that helmet and mold. It's gonna be great to have it. I got Rebound here waiting to get it wrapped around it. So, but I think I need to pick up some mixing brushes. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a supply run before I can really dive into making that mold. But I believe it's gonna be a mixed. I'm like, do I make it a solid mold, like cap it off right here, and just make a solid mold of it to where it just like pops off and like reverse, you know? But there's this much travel, and it's gonna be pretty thick going the whole way around, especially in these parts where it needs to come out like that. I'm like, do I do? So I don't know. I'm gonna consult some of my prop makers that have made hundreds of molds and get their insight on it before I really jump on that. But yeah, and I ordered a bunch of. I got a bunch of resin. Well, I got some resin ordered in. I have some molds over here. These are about to get cleaned up. Basically, these guys here. I just need to carve around them, but you just pour resin in here and then just go like that and splash it. So this is one of the rodent. This is the center mask part. But I'm gonna grind off all this and make it look really nice before I really start casting, because I don't want to stab my hand all over the place. And then this is nice. I just pour resin in until it flows right up to this rim here, and then just pops right out. It's all thick rubber, so it just sits perfectly. It just goes in, plop, just pops right out. It's really great. And this will last forever. This is very durable. So this is the head cap piece. I didn't even need to make a mother mold for that because of the. It's just. I just set it like this and it's nice. Okay, so now I gotta start gluing those pads. I'm letting this kind of air out because it's pretty thick. But now I have to do each one of these pads. Clean as I possibly can, because I don't really want to get barge on the other side of these, because barge likes to linger around and change the gloss of this surface. If you get like a blob on there, it's just like I love this. This is my favorite coffee. Yeah, I'm always going to Lihar like Beerus and stuff. I'm hardly ever coming back to my home world here. Just been doing like opening packages and eating extremely hot jerky in front of you guys. So after I'm done doing this, I have to start the finaling of the sailor scale armors. So that's going to be a heck of a process. I got to get all those cut and finished. Well, it's not that bad. I'll just get right to it. have Saiyan sagas out the wazoo I gotta finish up. My goodness. It's just moving as fast as I can through each one of these pieces. Making sure they all look really nice. It's really handy to have something like this around so you can blow fumes away or just put air over top of your freshly barged areas. It just really comes in handy. Does eBay go on sale? Where's the best place to buy that landscape environment? You can get this foam, Foam Mart, I believe, is a website. They sell certain types of foam. Harbor Freight sells foam, you can get at Home Depot, but it's EVA mats. Now, there's multiple types of EVA. You can get the big rolls, you can have thick, thin EVA, basic floor mat, which my armors are made from. So you just gotta open them up and look over. Make sure the mat's nice. There are some mats that are too thick that hold their shape. There's some that are too thin. There's some that have a bunch of holes scattered throughout them. You don't want to use those. I usually look through and pick out the right packs. And I prefer that over the diamond plating. You'll notice with some armors, if you use the ones, the EVA with the diamond plating, it will show through to the other side. Like, I notice it. Every time I see somebody wearing the diamond plated foam, I'm like, I can see the diamond plating. And I prefer this texture because it just contours the shape. There's hardly anything really there. It's not that bad. Of course, the L200 is flat on both sides, and Foam Mart does sell that. But, you know. Okay, let's like. This is ready. Enough space so it has enough playroom in there. Definitely don't want to have them buttoned up tight to each other. Just move. Last set. Now I have all of them ready. You have no idea. Holy crap.
stacks of armors, and I got armors over here. I got everywhere.
Lots of armors.
But, let's see, what do I have on my plate right now? Next up is going to be all of the traveling. I'm going to go back through all of these and make sure that everything's locked down good. That's great. So I'm done with this phase and I'm moving on to the next one. This phase just takes a long time because I have to make each and every single one of these plates to its each unique armor. It's just, yeah. So, and then there's a lot in play is that how thick do I want to make that panel is when I'm beveling it to make a nice square, so it's not like a rectangle or just looking really skinny. I try to keep everything so it ends up being a nice square. So. I make it look easy because I've just done this hundreds and hundreds of times. But, when designing stuff, it's fine. Like I like to take my design and hone it into the most simplistic thing. I don't want to overthink it or just add too many steps. So I try to narrow it down, but it has to be very essential. Each step has to be something. So. And also, using these for app plates, I can make for app sections. Unless it's a bigger set, I do make like a little bit thicker of an app plate. If it is a skinnier set, it's going to be a little bit smaller, or somebody who is shorter. That often is a thing. So. Yes. Accident. This is gonna be fun to rock. I'm gonna put some more gold in this, and I'm gonna do some color wash on it. And probably try to highlight the side here a little bit. But this is just craft EVA foam. Pattern is really simple to make. Yeah. I think if I made it again, I'd probably curl the horns a little bit more. Maybe get them to where it's probably in like this a little bit. Just fine. I saved the patterns for this, by the way, so if anybody else wants one of these, like, I'm happy to whip it up. I actually made this with the L200 EVA. I noticed how it was kind of softer and more malleable than the standard EVA. It's still soft. Like, this helmet has some squishiness to it. It's nothing hard at all. It's real easy. Just plops on. The gold finish on this lasts. It's really good. It's like a latex, but it has some sparkle to it. So if you put a light to it, it does work. But yeah. Obviously, Oxman's a big dude. And then, of course, there's going to be a thing that just sits right here, and then the feather's going to come off. Oh my god, it's so much work. Seems like I should have had this done a long time ago, but just making all these little pads. It takes a long time just sitting there processing it, doing hundreds of them. Okay, so these I'm going to set aside. They're all ready to get the trim, but studio needs clean for that, especially for the trim. It's one of those things where I really want to make sure everything's super clean. No corgi hair is going to get on my trim. I think right now I'm going to plan out my molding for this helmet. And after I do that, I'm going to put a live video up especially for that. Just going to flip the camera around so it looks nice and show you guys the molding process that I'm going to do for that. So anyways, thanks for joining, guys. This is just a small little hangout with me.
Take care.